Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I package all my orders for my press-on business. I'll be going over my application kits, my packaging supplies, how I ship my orders, and everything in between. So let's get started. So before I get started on packaging my orders, I'll make a bunch of application kits, which is pretty much a kit that brings all the supplies the client will need to apply their nails. I do also include my business cards in these application kits. I made these business cards myself using Canva, but the logo I did hire somebody to make it for me. And here I'm just making a bunch of different stacks of application kits. You'll notice some of them have like sets of 2 or sets of 3. That's because some orders will consist of 2 sets or 3 sets, so I make sure to give enough supplies for each set, because obviously it wouldn't make sense to order like 3 or 4 sets and only get 1 application kit. I do also try to make my supplies match my brand colors. My brand colors are white, blue, and silver, so I'll usually buy supplies that are usually blue. Like, I try to stick to blue, but I will buy gray sometimes or even white. I feel like sticking to your brand colors when it comes to packaging really makes your packaging stand out. So if, for example, your brand colors are pink, I would highly suggest getting most of your supplies pink for your application kits. As for where I get these supplies, well, my business cards I already said I made myself, and I do print it as well. But as for everything else, I'll usually stick to Amazon or AliExpress, but usually Amazon, because AliExpress does take a while to get to you. And one time I bought from AliExpress like the small buffers, and they didn't look like they were that good, the quality, so I never really bought from them again. I try to stick to Amazon, and Amazon does have all the colors I need, like the blue files, and usually I have blue buffers, but right now I have gray, as well as blue cuticle pushers. Like, I never have a problem with looking for my colors. I will link everything I use, of course, in the description. And lastly, I add nail glue. I use Macart nail glue. I see a lot of press-on artists use like their own preference, which of course is fine. This is just the one that I feel like works best for me. Some artists even add sticky tabs. I personally don't, because I want them to last as long as possible, but of course you can add sticky tabs if you'd like. Some people even add both, like sticky tabs and nail glue. I've just never really had anybody request sticky tabs, so I never really use them. Now that I'm done preparing all of my application kits, I'll put them in these holographic baggies. It fits enough for 3 application kits at a time, so earlier I was doing the single ones, but now I'm doing the sets of 2 and the sets of 3. I usually make application kits once a week, and if I know, for example, I have 2 orders coming in that include 3 sets each, I'll make 2 application kits with enough supplies for those sets. Once I have all my applications for the week made, I will store them in this clear acrylic container. I also do it this way because I don't want to be making them kind of like right after each set. I feel like that's way more time consuming, so I'll just set aside like 1 time a week to make all of these application kits and store them in this acrylic container. Once I'm done with my application kits, I'll store these away, and I'm gonna get started on packaging my last 2 sets of the week. So all those sets you saw in the beginning of the video were my orders I did from Wednesday through Friday, and I already packaged those up as I went along with my orders, but I left the last 2 to show you exactly how I packaged all of those sets. I start off by taking the nails off the press-on stand one by one and laying them flat on my table. And the nails for the left hand I'll put on the left side, and then the nails for the right hand I'll put on the right side. As I'm setting them down, I'll wipe them down with a lint-free wipe all over, especially in the back, because when I file them, the dust does get behind the nail sometimes, so I want to make sure I get rid of that as much as possible. Once they're all neatly organized, I will lay my double-sided adhesive tape kind of hovering over it so I can get an idea of how long to cut it. I constantly get asked about this tape that I use. I will link it in my description as well, but all it really is a double-sided adhesive tape. Next, I'm just laying the nails one by one, and I try to make them look as neat as possible because I of course want the packaging to look presentable, and I try to make sure it's as centered as possible. This is a close-up of the nails. Look how cute they are. And all that's left is to put them in this little clear slip, and I'll set that aside for now because I'll package all of the orders at once. I do also get a lot of question about my packaging card. I do design and make these myself, but I do offer packaging slip and sizing kit templates on my website. Basically, I've already designed everything for you. All you have to do is add your logo. The back of the packaging slip includes instructions on how to apply and how to remove the nails, and it comes in pink by default, but don't worry if pink is not your brand color. I also include a video tutorial showing you exactly how to change the colors to match your brand. So if your brand colors are white or anything else, you can easily make it your own. And it also comes with a customizable sizing kit template, and I also show you how to change the colors for that too. I also include a video tutorial that shows you how to have it printed and shipped to your house. I'll leave the link in the description if you want more info on that. Now that I'm done with the last order, I'll put together all my orders that are ready to be shipped, and I'll start creating small stacks for each order. All of these orders again are from Wednesday through Friday. So you'll see each order has its own individual pile, and usually I'll have the shipping label under them, but obviously for the video I didn't want to show anyone's personal information. But from here I'll just pile on the application kits, and I also have this little box full of stickers that I like to give out as freebies, so I'll give like 3 to 6 to each order. They're always cute little kawaii themed stickers like Sunny Angels or Sanrio or Kirby and things like that. I do also sometimes add some free rings to larger orders or orders from my loyal customers. It is only sometimes though, depending on the availability of the rings. Like sometimes I'll run out and I'll forget to restock on them, but I do think freebies are important, even if it's something as simple as stickers, because it does build kind of like a connection. Your customers are more inclined to feel valued in a way if you do give out these free stickers. It's just kind of an extra way of saying thank you, and they're super inexpensive. Like a pack of stickers is only like 5 to 10 bucks, and it brings enough for a bunch of orders. So I definitely feel like it's worth it, and my customers are always sending me pictures of them actually using their stickers, so I don't feel like they go to waste or anything. And the reason I use kawaii stickers is because I feel like it resonates more with my brand and just my personality overall, but most of my press-on nails are like cute or kawaii themed, so I feel like it's very fitting. Now we are moving on to actual packaging. I use bubble mailers for any orders that are just 1 or 2 sets, and once we start doing 3 or more sets in one order, I'll use a small box, which you'll see later on in the video. But while I package these orders, I do want to talk about shipping, because I do know it is a commonly asked question, and shipping overall can get confusing and intimidating, but it is pretty straightforward. So for me specifically, I use Shopify for all of my orders. Every single thing that gets ordered goes through Shopify, and they will create the shipping label for you. All you have to do is provide information about the item that you're selling, like the measurements and the weight and what the overall product is, and they will do the rest for you. They will create the label and give you discounted prices on your package. So all I do from there is print out the label and ship it off to the post office. All you have to do is throw it in the chute that is there at the post office. Now if you're taking custom orders through DMs, for example, you are in charge of shipping on your own. It is all up to you. So the cheapest option would be to go through USPS. And I used to use a website called Pirate Ship. There you can get discounted rates. The same thing, all you have to do is add your size and weight for your packages, and they will also create the shipping label for you. The only issue I had with Pirate Ship, which is pretty much on me, is that I would often type in the customer's address wrong, which would obviously create issues because they would never get their package. So after like the second or third time, I realized that I had to do something else. So now I just take my orders through Shopify. I feel like it's the safest way and the safest transaction. At the end of the day, it is personal preference. I will link the website I used to ship in the description, but this is it for the video. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and thank you so much for watching.